feet up together. Okay. It's a boy!
It's a boy! That's the moment that comedian Amy Schumer and her husband, Chef Chris Fischer, found out they were having a boy. That special moment was captured in the HBO Max documentary series, Expecting Amy. So now they're starring in the Emmy-nominated, thank you very much, Food Network show. It's called Amy Schumer. That's how they sing it. Learns to cook. The show's second season premiered, better than that. The show's second season premiered last night.
I can remember my first pina colada. I went on a cruise with my grandparents. We went on one of those, like, you know, you're not in the shot, don't talk to me. It was one of those, like, it left from Florida and, you know, you go to, like, the Bahamas for one day.
Ask her where she went on the cruise.
I'm already saying where I went on the cruise. It was so fun. Like, so my first cruise was with both my grandparents.
She gets seasick.
I do get seasick. Yes, I do get seasick. Jane, I know you get seasick and you get car sick.
Yeah.
Because of the way someone drives. Someone on the floor.
Someone on the floor. Amy and Chris. Amy and Chris. Hey, Chris. Are we catching you two at a bad time? Is that the marital bed, Mr. and Mrs. Fisher?
This is where the magic does not happen. Is Chris in the shot?
No. Yes, Chris. Chris is in the shot. Listen, Amy, before we get started, Anthony, I got to tell you this story. We were at an event, Amy, Chris, and I was talking to Amy, how are you doing? What's going on? It was a Saturday night. She goes, I'm doing great. I'm getting married next Tuesday. I said, to who? She said, that guy over there. She said, go ask him. So I went over and said, excuse me, are you getting married to Amy Schumer on Tuesday? He goes, yes, I am. That's how I met Chris Fischer. So here you guys are. Let me just say this to you both. I love the show because you clearly have a lot of fun together in the kitchen. And what I like, Chris, is that the recipes, do you do because you're working with Amy or you're doing it for the rest of us? The recipes seem to be pretty simple. I made one last night, the potato skins. Do you try to keep it simple for us?
Actually, Amy comes up with most of the concepts, and then I have to write the recipe. Yeah.
That was news to me, too.
That's true.
It is?
Yeah, completely. Yeah.
Wow.
Amy,
we brainstorm, she comes up with a dish, and then I have to write the recipe.
Amy, what were your...
But I was impressed by you.
Well, I need some work. Amy, what were your cooking skills, your culinary skills like before you started sleeping with the chef? What could you do?
Oh, my gosh. I could make one meal, steak, potato, and spinach. And now I would say I can make 2 meals.
How did you guys come up with the...
What?
We should say that Chris is actually a James Beard award-winning chef. He can actually cook. So, I mean, he has skills in the kitchen. Amy, how'd the idea come about? Because the show is really, really well done. You two have a lot of fun with Nanny Jane, who's also shooting a lot of the shooting. And you were nominated for your first Emmy. How did it come about?
She's been nominated for an Emmy before. And won.
Thank you. This is my stage mom.
But how'd this idea come about, guys? How'd this idea come about?
The Food Network reached out. They reached out and pitched it to us. And, yeah, we'd like to take credit for it, but it was the Food Network's idea. And we said, sure, we're not doing anything. There's a pandemic. So we just happen to be free, and we're going to be home anyway.
They pitched it sort of open-endedly, and then we were on a walk. And we were like, what? We couldn't really figure out what the show should be, and I just said, why don't I teach you how to cook?
Oh, really?
Right? Yeah.
I don't know. That sounds nice.
Chris, what happens if Amy gets on your nerves in the kitchen? Because I would imagine she doesn't get on your nerves often.
How dare you, Gail?
No, I said it doesn't happen often. I said it doesn't happen often. Because listen,
I just keep going. I just keep going with the meal because that's, you know, essentially we have to eat at some point. So
I mean, we have to. It's a metaphor for life. Like you're married, you're in a pandemic. Like just cook something and eat it, and then go to sleep.
I know. How is it going for you both? Because you have baby Gene too in the house.
Yes, we can see him. He's right outside playing with Jane. It's good. You know, it's like, I think it's a lot easier actually having a baby during this, because the day is so regimented. It's, you know, it's like the days are flying by because he keeps us busy.
Yeah.
How does it feel putting a camera in your own house? I mean, I know you're essentially shooting yourselves, but I mean, you've said before that it was pretty weird that, you know, when you see yourself fighting on film.
Well, the real fights got edited out of the cooking show. I wish.
What? Oh my God. No, I mean, we're a real married couple. Like, and then when you're working together, and it's like you have to be, you know, you both have to be in a great mood every day and 10 days in a row, and it's like you don't have the sort of like help that you normally would. So we we just, you know, we lovingly bicker, right? What time is this show on? Are we allowed to make out?
No, you've only got 90 seconds. It's okay. You can hold up for just a second. But listen, I love the two of you together. During your wedding vows, Chris, you said Amy's the craziest, kindest person you know. And Amy said you're the sweetest guy she knows. But it really works. You guys have been very vulnerable about sharing things that you've been through. You talked about Chris being on the autism spectrum and how you all work with that. Do you ever feel uncomfortable being so open about the things that you share in your life, fights and all? It's very, very sweet and very, very, very tender.
I don't feel uncomfortable about it. Do you?
No, not at all.
No. I mean, I think something's probably wrong with us.
So there are no personal
we just
limits?
don't, you know? It's like...
There are no personal limits for you? Nothing's off limits.
I don't think so. I mean, you know, we just want to be able to raise our son well, and we want to have fun, healthy lives. And other than that, you know, if people judge us, it's none of our business.
Yep, nobody's judging. Here's to fun, healthy lives. You can kiss us all goodbye. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining us, getting up early. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
I love the show.